Hey everyone, today we're making this lemon and lavender creamy pasta. Now, stay with me. You're probably thinking, what? But it's so good. And it's made to go with this sparkling Riesling, this SIP certified sparkling Riesling. And I promise you, you're gonna love it. It is so good. I'm gonna show you how to make this great, delicious pasta. You're gonna love it. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna melt our butter over a medium heat in a saute pan. The reason we're using a saute pan is because we're gonna mix in that pasta into the cream sauce after we make the cream sauce. So having that edge will help it not spill everywhere. I'm a messy cook. So melt that butter. Once the butter is melted, we're gonna sift in our flour. I prefer using a sieve to sift in the flour. It just makes it less lumpy overall, and it's just easier when you're making a cream sauce. But if you don't have one, if you don't have a sieve, it's okay. Add in your flour and then mix that to combine. Then we're gonna add in our garlic. So you add in your garlic, this minced garlic, and then we're gonna just combine everything and cook that for about a minute. It should be a little bit aromatic. Next ingredient is some dry white wine. You do not want to use a non-dry, which I guess is just white wine, but you don't want to use a non-dry white wine because you won't want to add sweetness to this recipe. So you want a dry white wine. Then we're going to add in our lemon juice and our lemon zest and mix everything to fully combine it. Make sure it's really well mixed. Next, we're going to add in our cream. Now you can use half and half. You want a fattier cream sauce, you can use whipping cream. Add that in. This is really important. Once you add in that cream, you really don't want to bring this to a boil at any point. That can really ruin the sauce. But you do want to start to bring it to a low simmer because we need to cook that flour. So here's where we add in our lavender. I tied mine up in some cheesecloth, add that to the pan. The whole point of this dish, the lemon and the lavender. Okay, so let me explain the lavender part because you're probably thinking, what the heck, Jerry? So here's the thing. You're like, okay, I want pasta, not a bubble bath. But the thing is we're gonna use just enough lavender to kind of get those undernotes in the cream sauce. So imagine like using oregano or thyme, something like that. You have some of those herbaceous notes. Lavender has those herbaceous notes. Usually it's just in a perfume or in a dessert, so there's so much sugar or it's soapy that's been used in a way that your brain's kind of trained for that. But it has those herbaceous notes because it is an herb, right? So we're using just enough to kind of bring those notes into the cream sauce, and it has that brightness, just kind of like rosemary has that brightness. It has a brightness to it that really complements the lemon, and that makes that cream sauce really nice and light. Bring that to a low simmer, as I mentioned. You want to cook that flour, so you want to cook it for about a minute. The reason is if you don't, it's going to taste floury, and you don't want your cream sauce to taste floury. You want it to taste delicious, so you want to cook that for about a minute, and then we're going to add in our cheese. So go ahead and remove that lavender. Now, if you're a pro at making cream sauces, you can just turn the heat down to low. If you're not, I recommend turning it off. Cream sauces can be a little tricky if you get them too hot. Once you're adding in that cheese, it can cause it to break. You don't want your sauce to break, trust me. So turn that down or turn off the heat and start adding in your Parmesan cheese in batches. Add in a batch, mix it till it completely melts, then add in the next amount. And just do that over and over until all of the Parmesan cheese is completely incorporated. Next thing you do is you're gonna cook the pappardelle. Now, I recommend using a pound. That's what the recipe calls for. But if you want a more like covered and coated pasta, you can do half pound. So I use a pound of pappardelle in this recipe because I want just a little bit of dressing over the pasta, just enough to coat it, to add a little bit of fat, get that little bit of indulgent, but I want like sort of a lighter, if you can have such a thing, a lighter pasta dish. But if you want a denser pasta dish, use less pasta. Take your pappardelle and you're not gonna strain it at all. You're just gonna take it from the pot and add it to the cream sauce and go ahead and mix that in. And just by doing that, the starchy water that the pasta was cooked in, some of that water is gonna end up in the cream sauce and it'll mix and kind of thin it out. Just makes a really, really lovely, lovely sauce. And I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna like it a lot. And like I said, it's made to go with a sparkling Riesling. Why SIP certified sparkling Riesling? Well, here's the thing. SIP certified wines, they're farmed sustainably. You want to drink green, right? Drink green wine, not actually green wine, but wine that's good for the planet. Because wine that's good for the planet is also good for you. And let me just give this a try here. So, okay, I think you're gonna like this as much as I do. And get it on my fork. Oh yeah, That's so good. I'm gonna have to get my wine now. Okay, now you know. SIP certified wine, a sparkling Riesling. I'm going ahead and get this baby popped open. Enjoy my delicious lemon lavender pasta. See you guys next time.